mai tātou I te atianga no te tonga openga o tā tātou programu I te Awatea. Kiaorana, once again, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Kiaorana News. Our focus this afternoon, my journey in life through musician, playing, kukalin, ukulele, guitar, drums, or whatever. So, o te e tō tātou tūtapura no te aia, te raukanei aku, te akamitaki, te champion I nā tātou, te kakaranga au te taireo, is a legend, even though he's still young, because I seen it myself. So, te reka nei, te akamitaki nei te tua, I te introduce atu te tamaiti nā tātou ko Junior J. Upoko. No te enoa mai ko enoa manu, e prakatoa no te enoa mai ko te whuinga o niwa, e tapua hua. No reira, Kiaorana J.
Hey, Kiaorana ba, too good, too good.
Thank you mata no te ere mai ki runga te program ni te Awatea. Te tumu tapura tāka ururi te atianga, no te rira I tō orang, I te riro mai anga koe, e tā ai te anganga akatangi. Ariwa I te akatangi ukarereo, prakatoa I te rutu pau, rutu kaara, vara, te reira tareni e rauka I tētai arong. So, Jay, briefly, if you can introduce yourself to our viewers and also tell us about this journey of yours from the start to where you can stop and we can carry on from there.
Mai te kolega. Kia ora everybody. My name is Putiani Junior Upoko, otherwise known as J Upoko, and on the music scene, known as the Rooster. I am a New Zealand born Cook Islander. My father comes from the land of the birds, Chui no Manu. My mother comes from the northern side of the Cook Islands, Maniki, Laganga, and I class myself as a New Zealand born Cook Islander from the Oire Otara. And it's great to be here today. Great to share my story of my musical life. All started back at home in Otara, raised in the Otara PIC Church on Ferguson Road. As most of our young mapu back in the 80s and 90s, youth, Sunday school, and then grew a passion for Cook Island music. First through Reuma tours and the Apiti songs, and then eventually I started getting into a bit of mainstream music, and then into my college years I started really embracing my Cook Island culture. And it's been a great experience. I've been doing it for quite some time now, and I've enjoyed every time I've got to showcase not only my talents but my culture, being a Cook Islander. And so big ups to a few people that have made some really have influenced me to become who I am. Firstly, my parents, for always supporting me and my family. As I was younger, a bunch of boys that now I call brothers through the Cabin Bread Boys, Anthony Rima, Te Moana Greg, Terry Joe and LJ Unuia. Also my years through Waimutu String Band, entertainment, of course took me places with our Cook Island music, with a lot of legends, the late George Moika, Dinky Ngati Pa, Tiaki Tupo, and of course Paul Dean, Willie Dean, Chakupu. It's been a real blessing being around these guys. And on my mainstream, being really privileged to be part of the founding team for Three Houses Down. The Pomete brothers, we all grew up in the same area. We enjoyed each other's company, and it's great to see now General Fires on board with our Three Houses Down. My music has been based around me enjoying disco from the 70s, 80s and 90s, incorporated with our Cook Island music. Hence why my music is kind of more contemporary /
varied.
Yeah, old school. My drumming skills, that started from school, Tangaro College, the likes of Papa Ngā Unuia, Papa Nicholas, Mama Tayo Nicholas, and many other parents that have been around during my years at Tangaro College. After that, I had the privilege of meeting a good friend of mine, Harry Tumupu, and his wife Tina, who, of course, like you, gave us the experience to go and see the wider world. We ended up in Europe, spent a good year in Spain, and of course, not only my drumming but my showmanship stepped up to another level, a level that I never thought I could be at. Taught me a lot of professional skills, how to handle yourself on stage, off stage, and of course, just how to be a better person. I kind of learned the hard way, but it's an experience that I've enjoyed. In the past 30 years, I've managed to travel the world with our Hokkaido music and culture. I've had the privilege to be in Japan, Dubai, around in Southern America, up in Asia, and of course all around the Pacific, Australasia, and all just because I had a passion for my music, and I still do today. It's something that I embrace. It's something that I'm proud of, especially being a New Zealand-born Cook Islander. You kind of live two worlds.
Aye.
The New Zealand world, the Papa'au world they call it, and then our Uitupuna, our Māori world. And so for me, I've been lucky that I've been brought up in a house that has embraced both cultures. And so for me, I'm proud to be a Cook Islander. I understand really well our Cook Island Māori, a little bit nearly there with replying, but in the sense of our culture and traditions overall, I have a great understanding of it, and I'm proud to be Cook Islander. So yeah, that's me.
Thank you, Junior. You actually covered everything, and I'm very impressed about that. It's when God give us that talent. Some people, they don't pursue it and take it, further. But in your space, it's unbelievable. You cover some of the topics that I was going to ask you, but however, how did you motivate yourself? Because we are all talented. Like I said, some people can take it further, but some they can't because of this motivation. They don't have the self-motivation. So how did you motivate yourself to actually pursue this talent that God gave it to you?
Good question. How did I motivate myself? Basically, I wanted to make sure that I didn't lose my culture. When I went back home and to see that life was simple, and I wanted to be grateful for the life that I had here, as well as a simple life from home. So I decided that my motivation was to embrace my culture so that I know that who I am, wherever I may be. And so my main motivation was ensuring that I was proud Cook Islander, embracing everything that my culture has to offer, and doing the best with it. Not just sit there and just drum and then that was it, finish. Was actually drum it, get better at it, and share it to the world so they can
Understand
see.
it and share it.
So they know what our culture is, what our sound is, and it's a unique sound. Our Cook Island sound is a unique sound that only we have, but now that we've shared it across the world, you hear it on Disney, through the movie Moana, you hear our ukuleles being played all over the world, and now through the mainstream. And so for me, when I hear that music of ours embraced with contemporary music, it's amazing. I love it. I love it. Every time I hear that music, accompanied with anybody and anyone's music, that's awesome.
Thank you. Now you have mentioned about the music and culture. Some of the people that I interviewed from this space here, they spoke about the music and culture. I really taken them to the world, to see the world. You just can't see, gaki te koe idea nga, me tuto koe idea nga words, culture and music. Me kare koe aka mo I tō manako ki te onua ngā te reira, you will lose it. But for people like you and some other people like the Dean brothers and other people that you mentioned before, they were your mentors like Harry Tumupu. Now, I believe that you are doing the same thing. your mentoring, your teaching. Me kero koe a koe tutua mai no te rera. Puka mai no runga o te rera, Jenny no.
Yeah, I think I class myself as a teacher. I've had the privilege to work with a lot of young mapu, a lot of our young mapu. The likes of groups like Te Okio, the Drumbirds, of course, Otara Mapu, and all the up and coming artists that are coming these days, G Baby, the Carl Bog, and a lot of our up and coming artists. It's been a privilege to work alongside, help guide them through the music, and the fact that I am proud to be a Cook Islander in that sense with music and culture is why I want to share it. Not only share it on the stage so that people can enjoy and sing along to the music, but also pass it on to the next generation so that my experience will go on to the next one. They will enjoy being a Cook Islander with that music and that talent, pass it on to the next generation so that it just keeps building and building and building till the whole world enjoys our Cook Island music and our culture, what it has to offer. So yeah, I'm proud to be a teacher / mentor, and I do it with everything I have so that my passion goes on to the next generation and for everybody else.
Hey, Taki. It's amazing, Junior. It's amazing. And you know what you have learned and what you have, how you motivate yourself, how some of your mentors mentor you to, you know, from when you were a beginner to now. It's really amazing. And now you're giving back to our community, to the young people, and that is a testimony of actually what you have achieved in your life. And that is something really, really good, fantastic to give it back to especially to young people. So, te atanga nei, from what you learn, what you practice, how you can encourage you to that mapu, you know, so they don't have to fall on, you know, the negative side of things. So how do you encourage our mapu, our young people, you know, to pursue this as a guidance, as a pathway to, as a vehicle to pursue their dreams in the future?
Good question. Me personally, I think spending time with those that you love, those that you live with. A young mapu, take the time to ask mum, dad, nana, papa, auntie, uncle to sing a Cook Island song with you, an old Cook Island song. Then you can embrace that traditional style and give it your own flavour. A lot of kids are great with TikTok, social media. They grab something, they do a rendition of it, and it looks awesome, it sounds awesome. Do the same with our Cook Island music. Take out your matua, put a hip hop beat next to it. Before you know it, and simple. But also be proud of who you are. Be proud of who you are. As a Cook Islander, be proud that you were born as to a Cook Island heritage. Just like me, New Zealand born, New Zealand raised. I appreciate that I'm Kiwi, 100%. But I also appreciate that my parents made the sacrifice to come here. One, that I can have a better life, but two, that I can also embrace my culture. So Cook Islands is far away. I'm here in New Zealand, but just like my love will go far away as well as here in New Zealand. So to our young people, enjoy the life that you have with your parents, with your families, with your loved ones, and there's nothing wrong with singing a traditional Cook Island song for your own sake. You don't have to be a professional at it, but is there something that you can hold and remember? Maybe your children, maybe your nephews and nieces, maybe the ones that can pick up and infuse our music so that it lives on for generations to come.
Me taki mata Junior. Just before we finish, I have receiving good feedback from young people and from Cook Island people. You really become an icon, you know, a Cook Island icon in music, in the music industry, Cook Island music industry, and also in the drumming industry. I anganga ura nei, agatangi nei, ukarere, drumming. And also your influence, your positive influence have spread it out there to our Kukalan people. Not only our Kukalan people and our Pacific people. So those are the things that I've seen and also receiving feedback from our people and Pacific Island people. And that is a good thing. And I'm really proud of what you have achieved. And it doesn't stop yet. It will continue. And I hope te au māpui akarakara mai nei, to follow the footsteps that our junior here, our icon in the music industry, riro e ngako paraonga e ngako toa no koto I te auraki mua. Ina, I te atanga ni, ka tuku tātou I te tutua nā maua, ki roto I te action I te mea. So we're going to put it into action and see the master with this ukulele.
Kiaorana, ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters. This is a traditional Kukalan song that I've enjoyed since I was a young kid, and this is my rendition of Tiare Tipani. Tiare Tipani, no taku ngaka. Tiare Tipani, no taku ngaka. Watuku te tiare o te marae nei. Tanumi ai te iwi o te motu nei. Upe rupe to tupuanga mai, tumu te varo varo I te iepo. Tumu te varo varo I te iepo. Oro maira Kiaorana, oro maira e awe. Oro mai ta mama ine mai, kia koi koi te tiare. Tiare tipani, no taku ngaka. Oia e tama e hinema, taku tiare ki to taringa. O piri I ara e ki to vairua. Taku iwi e, taku tiare tipani. Taku iwi e, taku tiare tipani. 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 Kiaorana e kia manoia.
No reira te katoa toa, tēnā tako te ia karongorongo mai I tā tātou champini, numero tai, I te anganga agatangi ukarere te kita e te tau atu. Ladies and gentlemen, you just witnessed our legend, how he put his skills into action. Something very, very magnificent to do. So, irina kia we, ia koto, te te oronga, te tātou mapu e akarakara mai nei, you are keen to play the uke, te akatangi te ukarere, me ka rei te rutu. Ere mai kone e tunia, nāna e apia tuia koto, I think, ere koto ki runga tāna matapuka Facebook, taipua koe ki runga, J upoko, ka ira mai, ka tuoto me kia koe. So, kia koto I rangaroara, I te tamo, I te peutupuna nā tātou, te agatangi. Auraka e ngaro poina, ere ki runga te matapuka J, e rera koe, e rera korua, e pukapuka rikiriki atu e, kākapea. So, ko tā tātou i rere ki te akamutua ngō tā tātou program I te awatea. I mua ke rā ka akamutua I, Jay, you got any more things to share to our people before we finish this program this afternoon?
Oh, I'd just like to thank you very much, Baba, for having me on here. I appreciate being part of this segment for this episode. And to all our people out there, be safe out there. Look after each other. Don't forget, nothing wrong with washing your hand, wearing a mask, or even better, having a jab. Kiaorana, kia manuia, God bless.
No reira, we have come to the end of our show this afternoon. From Jay and I, ka kite.
Ka kite.